I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, AAU TV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AAU TV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, AAU TV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AAU TV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
Good day and thank you for tuning in to the AAU TV Mid-Week News, coming to you live from the Association of African Universities headquarters here in Accra, Ghana. My name is Maame, Otuakoa, Nyame, and now to our top stories. President Mahama announces 2 new universities for Bono East region. And in health, WHO calls for global ban on flavored tobacco to protect youth. In business, Gabon to halt manganese exports by 2029. And international, Gaza residents plead for ceasefire amid humanitarian crisis. Please stick with us for more news after the short break. Now on higher education, Masindo Mulleri University of Science and Technology's Webuye campus has been officially upgraded to a technical and vocational education and training institution. This transformation aims to provide Kenyan youth with relevant industry skills through programs aligned with a competency-based education and training framework. The shift is part of a nationwide strategy to strengthen technical training and improve employability among graduates. Local leaders and education stakeholders have welcomed the move to boost regional development and growth in terms of youth empowerment.
In a significant move to boost technical education in Kenya, Masindo Mulleri University of Science and Technology, MAS, Webuye campus has been elevated to a technical and vocational education and training institute. This decision follows comprehensive discussions among university administrators, regional leaders, and key stakeholders, all aiming to reposition the campus as a center of technical excellence. Professor Moses Pio announced that the revamped institute will introduce a diverse range of technical programs, all adhering to Kenya's competency-based education and training framework. These programs are designed to equip young Kenyans with skills that meet current industry demands. Professor Stephen Edibero, appointed as the principal of new institution, emphasized that this development marks a new era for the region. He expressed the institution's commitment to establishing a robust facility that aligns with both national and global training standards. Local leaders involved in the transition have urged the Bungoma County government to expedite the formal transfer of land ownership to the institution. They also assured the public of enhanced security measures to protect the facility and its leadership. The strategic elevation of Webuye campus is seen as a game changer in Kenya's education sector, reinforcing the government's broader agenda of promoting technical and vocational education as a catalyst for socio-economic transformation.
Meanwhile, President John Dramani Mahama has unveiled plans to establish a technical university in Techiman and a University of Health and Life Sciences in Kintampo. The announcement came during his one-day thank you tour of the Bono East region following his 2024 electoral victory. The initiative, part of a broader education and infrastructure agenda, aims to expand access to tertiary education, close the skills gap, and spur industrial growth. President Mahama also pledged to fix key roads in the region and confirmed ongoing economic stabilization, citing strengthening city and returning investor confidence.
In a sweeping commitment to education and development, President John Dramani Mahama has announced the establishment of 2 public universities in Ghana's Bono East region. Speaking during a one-day thank you tour in Kintampo, President Mahama revealed that a technical university will be built in Techiman, the regional capital, while a University of Health and Life Sciences is planned for Kintampo. The government, he said, is collaborating with the Bono East Coordinating Council, the Lands Commission, and the Techiman Traditional Council, with a site already secured in Oforikrom. He emphasized that technical education is crucial for industrial development and job creation, noting that the new institutions will help bridge the skill gap and expand opportunities for young people. The president reaffirmed his vision for inclusive education, pledging to complete all abandoned e-blogs and absorb first-year tertiary fees at public institutions. Speaking on Ghana's economy, President John Dramani Mahama highlights signs of recovery, pointing to a stabilizing cedi and renewed investor confidence. He also stated that Ghanaians are beginning to feel gradual relief in the market. Infrastructure also took center stage with promises to upgrade roads including Esui Mesinda, Ofuma Winchi, and Atebubu Kajeji roads. The Techiman Outer Ring Road project, he said, is undergoing engineering design to reduce congestion and improve safety. The president of the Bono East Regional House of Chiefs, Nana Owusu Sechi, praised the administration for its leadership and praised progress on the exchange rate, expressing hope for further gains.
In health, on World No Tobacco Day, the World Health Organization called on governments worldwide to urgently ban all flavored tobacco and nicotine products, who warns that flavors like methyl and cotton candy are masking health risks and hooking a new generation on addictive substances. The new report highlights how youth-focused marketing is fueling nicotine dependence, threatening decades of progress in global tobacco control. WHO leaders are urging bold actions to curb what they describe as manipulated addiction crisis disguised in attractive packaging.
As the world marks No Tobacco Day, the World Health Organization is sounding the alarm over a dangerous new threat, flavored tobacco and narcotic product targeting youth. From bubble gum and cotton candy to menthol and mint, these flavors are masking the harshness of harmful substances, turning toxic product into youth-friendly bait. The WHO warns that flavors are one of the leading reasons why young people are trying nicotine products. Paired with colorful packaging and social media-driven marketing, products like nicotine pouches, heated tobacco, and disposable vapes are hooking the new generation. WHO Director General Dr. Teros says flavors are fueling a new wave of addiction, undermining decades of progress in tobacco control. He warns that without decisive action, the global tobacco epidemic already killing 8 million people annually will continue to escalate. Dr. Rodiga Rech, WHO's Director of Health Promotion, called it a form of manipulation, not innovation, saying a generation is being hooked through gummy bear-flavored pouches and rainbow-colored vapes. The WHO's message to government is clear: ban the flavors, protect the youth. This World No Tobacco Day, the fight against addiction takes on a sweeter, deadlier form.
Please stick with us for news and discovery after this short break. We'll be right back.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Welcome back from the break, and in Discovery News. In a groundbreaking move, Nigeria has launched the Big Picture, a bold reinvention of the digital switchover project, spearheaded by the National Broadcasting Commission and the Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited, NICOMSAT, and backed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. The strategy introduces satellites first broadcasting to deliver universal and affordable access to over 100 digital channels. With NICOMSAT IR as a backbone, the initiative promises a renaissance for Nigerian storytelling, 20,000 new jobs, and a major leap towards closing the digital divide. Industry experts hail it as a paradigm shift in African media innovation.
In a transformative stride for Nigeria's media future, the National Broadcasting Commission and Nigerian Communications Satellite Limited have unveiled the Big Picture, a visionary upgrade to the nation's digital switchover initiative. Endorsed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and rooted in his renewed hope agenda, this bold initiative leverages Nigerians' own NICOMSAT 1-hour satellite to beam direct-to-home broadcasts across every inch of the country, eliminating the need for costly ground towers and speeding up rollout by 65%. With over 10 million Nigerian households already equipped to receive free satellite signals, the new next-gen hybrid devices combining TV and streaming, the Distributing System Operator DSO promises crystal clear access to over 100 educational, cultural, and Nollywood channels. Over 1,000 hours of original content will be produced monthly in new regional studios, creating jobs and amplifying authentic Nigerian voices. 40% of channel slots are reserved for independent producers and community-based storytelling. With the support of global analytics, audience trends will now drive real-time programming decisions. Satellite carriage fees are waived for 18 months, and 5 million subsidized devices will be made available to low-income earners, bridging the digital divide one household at a time. With the Big Picture, Nigeria isn't just digitizing television, it's democratizing access, empowering cultural pride, and redefining what broadcasting means in the 21st century.
Up next is news and sport and entertainment. Stick with us. Now, in a groundbreaking event blending sport and technology, the world's first humanoid robot boxing match took place in Hangzhou, China, showcasing advanced GI robots executing punches and kicks with astonishing agility. Part of the China Media Group's World Robot Competition Series, the event marked a milestone in AI-driven robotics, serving as a high-impact testbed for performance under pressure. Technicians and researchers see the ring as more than just entertainment. It's a lab for the future of robotics application.
In a groundbreaking fusion of sports and technology, the world's first humanoid robot boxing championship took place in Hangzhou, China, delivering a knockout moment for the future of robotics. The high-tech G1 humanoid robots, developed by Hangzhou-based Unitary Robotics, went head-to-head in a fast-paced match of speed, precision, and agility. Part of the China Media Group's World Robot Competition Series, the event wasn't just a spectacle, it was a test bed for next-generation AI performance. Controlled in real time via voice commands and remote systems, the robots demonstrated human-like combat movements, delivering jabs, hooks, and even kicks with remarkable coordination. Prior to the bout, each robot endured rigorous testing for shock resistance and heat control, proving their readiness for high-impact action. Engineers say the biggest challenge was maintaining balance under attack while executing rapid movements. Researchers from Zhejiang University praised the robot's advanced capabilities but emphasized there's still ground to cover. Further innovation is needed in areas like dexterity, tactile sensing, and manipulation to unlock broader real-world applications. As the CMG World Robot Competition Series continues, fans can expect more high-energy spectacles, including robot football and basketball. These events do more than entertain. The spotlight cutting-edge advances in artificial intelligence and robotics, while offering a glimpse into how machines could integrate into our everyday lives in the near future.
Now in entertainment, the BET Award turns 25 this year, and to mark this milestone, 4 legendary artists will receive a special tribute. Black Entertainment Television, which launched the award in 2001 to celebrate Black excellence, music and entertainment, has announced to ultimately award icons and recognize their standout contributions and lasting impact in the industry.
This year's honorees include music powerhouse Mariah Carey, hip-hop legend Snoop Dogg, Oscar-winning actor and musician Jamie Foxx, and gospel icon Kirk Franklin. BET says the 4 were selected not only for their contributions to entertainment, but also for their advocacy and impact within their communities. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar leads the nomination this year, and comedian and actor Kevin Hart is set to host the show. The BET Awards will air live from a Big Hawk Theater in Los Angeles on June 9th.
Now, Gabon is set to halt export of raw manganese by 2029 as part of a national push to industrialize its economy and reduce reliance on unprocessed resource exports. The government says the move is aimed at boosting local industry and retaining more value from the country's natural resources. Manganese, alongside oil and timber, remains one of Gabon's top sources of revenue.
Gabon is currently the world's second largest producer of the mineral. By halting raw exports, the country aims to develop its domestic processing capacity, create skilled jobs, and retain more value from its natural resources. Officials have given the industry 3 years to invest in local transformation facilities. A public-private investment fund is also being planned to support the transition. In a similar move, the government will ban chicken meat export from 2027 to encourage local poultry production. Despite being one of Africa's wealthiest nations per capita, the significant portion of Gabon's population continues to live in poverty. The new policies are part of broader reforms aimed at reducing economic inequality and building a more self-reliant future. Gabon has announced plans to end raw manganese exports by 2029 as part of a sweeping strategy to boost local industry and strengthen economic independence. The government says the decision is aimed at transforming the economy and adding more value to the country's natural resources, manganese, oil, and timber, which are currently among Gabon's top revenue earners. Gabon is the second largest producer of manganese in the world, but much of it is exported without local processing. That is set to change. Authorities are giving the mining industry 3 years to invest in domestic transformation facilities that can process the mineral locally. To support the shift, the Public-Private Investment Fund is in the works to help finance the transition. And it's not just in mining. In a parallel move, Gabon says it will ban chicken meat imports starting in 2027 in a push to boost local poultry production. Despite being one of Africa's wealthiest countries per capita, many Gabonese still live in poverty. The government says these new measures are part of broader reforms aimed at reducing economic inequality and building a more self-reliant future.
On the international front, Hamas is calling for changes to the latest US-backed ceasefire proposal in Gaza, raising cautious optimism among Palestinians for an end to nearly 20 months of war. The group says the proposed amendment focuses on key issues including US guarantees, the timeline for hostage releases, delivery of humanitarian aid, and the withdrawal of Israeli forces. Meanwhile, Israel has approved a deal. The U.S. President Donald Trump says negotiations are making progress.
A senior Hamas official has confirmed the group is seeking changes to the US-backed ceasefire proposal, speaking to the Associated Press on conditions of anonymity due to the sensitivity of the talks. The officials explained that Hamas wanted stronger U.S. commitment and more defined timelines for the release of hostages, guarantees for the delivery of humanitarian aid, and a full withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. In a separate statement, Hamas emphasized that the proposal should lead to a lasting ceasefire, a complete Israeli pullout from the territory, and a steady flow of essential aid. Under the current terms, the deal would include the release of 10 hostages still alive, as well as the return of the bodies of 18 others in exchange for the yet-to-be-determined number of Palestinian detainees. Israeli officials have already agreed on the proposal, and President Donald Trump says that negotiations are progressing and a deal could be close. In central Gaza's Deir al-Balah, residents are expressing cautious hope. One man said people are desperate for the war to finally end and are emotionally and physically exhausted from the ongoing conflict. Another resident voiced optimism that the ceasefire could help bring in desperately needed humanitarian supplies. Officials from both Hamas and Egypt say the proposed agreement could suspend hostilities for 60 days, secure the release of some of the 58 hostages still held in Gaza, and open the way for urgent food and medical aid to enter the region. With Gaza's population of over 2 million pushed to the edge of famine after nearly 3 months of blockage, humanitarian conditions remain dire. While Israel has allowed limited aid to trickle in recently, relief organizations say it still falls well short of what's needed to meet the growing demand.
That is all for the news, and let's take a quick recap of our headlines. In higher education, President Mahama announces 2 new universities for Bono East region. In health, WHO calls for global ban on flavored tobacco to protect youth. In business, Gabon to halt manganese exports by 2029. And in international, Gaza residents plead for ceasefire amid humanitarian crisis. And now thank you very much for sticking with us on the AAU TV Midweek News. My name is Maame Ekua, Otuakoa, Nyame. Have a lovely week.